You know, there's this one little mix-up in English that trips up pretty much everyone. It's the classic battle between can and may. In this explainer, we're going to finally unlock the difference for good so you always know exactly which word to reach for. Okay, I want you to do something for me. Let's take a little trip back in time. You're in a classroom, your hand is way up in the air, and you ask this exact question. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? We've all been there. And then you get that answer. The classic, slightly smug response from pretty much every teacher who ever lived. It's a shared memory for so many of us, and honestly, it's the perfect way to dive into why this little distinction actually matters. So that little joke from our teacher, it actually gets to the heart of this big grammar dilemma. But don't worry, we're going to solve it for good, right here. And look, this is not about, being some kind of grammar cop or digging up dusty old rules. It's way simpler than that. It's just about being clear. Choosing the right word is like picking the right tool for a job. It makes your communication sharper and a whole lot more effective. All right, first up, let's meet our first contender, can. If you want to think of it simply, can is the word of ability. It's all about what's possible. Basically, can is all about answering one simple question. Is this thing even possible? We're talking skills, capabilities, what you can physically or mentally pull off. So let's see how this plays out. She can speak 3 languages. That's a clear skill, right? An ability. We can see the mountains from our window. Okay, that's a physical capability. But notice it also works for things like a general fact, that this trail can be enjoyed by beginners, or the train can arrive any minute now. That just means it's capable of arriving soon. It's all about what's factually or physically achievable. Okay, on to player number 2, may. Now, if can is all about ability, may is the word of permission. It just tends to feel a little more formal, a little more polite. So may answers a completely different question. It's not, is it possible? It's, am I allowed to do it? It's all about rules, getting the green light. But, and yeah, this is where it gets a little tricky, it also covers possibility, especially when things are kind of up in the air. And you can really see that double duty right here. You may begin the test now. That's pure permission. You're allowed. Visitors may not enter. Again, a rule, a prohibition. But then look at these other 2. We may have rain later. See, the rain isn't asking for permission, right? It just means it's a toss-up. It might happen. Same with he may join us for dinner. It just signals uncertainty. All right, time for the main event. Let's put these 2 words head to head. I think by looking at them side by side, we can finally put all that confusion to rest for good. Okay, this is the big one, the most important difference you need to know. For ability, you're always going to use can. The real question you're asking is, do I have the skill to swim? But for formal permission, you'll use may. Now the question is, do I have authorization to leave? See? Capability versus permission. But here it is, the big question, right? This is that murky gray area where both words kind of feel right, and that's where we all get tripped up. So what do you do? Okay, check this out, because the difference is subtle, but it's super powerful. When you say, the train can be late, what you're really saying is, hey, it's a known fact that this train is sometimes late. It's a general possibility. But if you say the train may be late, you're talking about right now, about today's train. You're expressing a specific uncertainty. So can for a general known possibility. May for a specific, I'm not sure about this one kind of possibility. All right, let's wrap all this up into your ultimate cheat sheet, something you can just mentally pull up whenever you need it. So this table is basically your new best friend for this stuff. Let's break it down. For ability, it's a yes for can and a big no for may. Easy. For formal permission, may is your go-to. Now, for informal permission, asking a friend for something, can is super calming. We all use it. May just sounds a bit more formal. And for possibility, remember the train. Can works for that general fact, but may is your word when you're talking about a specific, uncertain situation. This is your guide to picking the perfect word. So look, If all of this is a bit much and you just want one golden rule to walk away with, here it is. Just ask yourself, am I talking about what's possible or am I talking about what's allowed? Seriously, that one question will get you to the right word pretty much every single time. So there you have it. You're officially in the know. The next time you hear someone ask, can I bet you're going to hear that little teacher's voice in your head. But honestly, the real win here isn't just about being correct. It's about being crystal clear. And now you've got the tool to be both.